Building a market for medical device is not like building a market for FMCG goods. There is a lot of work to be done to build in the right fundamentals to drive the adoption in this market, and it does take time. And by time, I mean it takes years sometimes to enter the market. Putting the market need or opportunity aside, the product of course needs to be of high quality and efficacious. Partners and users appreciate a lot clinical advocacy and clinical endorsement. The product can and should be refined in line with the feedback from the markets. And last but not the least, the business model does matter. First of all, we should remember that we have a very solid base that built over the last few years. That's very important. But we are still in the early stage in terms of commercial rollout. Our big priorities as reflected in our growth strategies are: first, improvement of quality assurance systems. Second, continuing to build clinical evidence and support. Third, rolling out current device, which is by the way Generation 2 device, into our markets. Fourth, strengthen the team and ensure we have enough of talents to support the growth. And fifth, start developing our Generation 3 device somewhere by the end of this year. The world is moving, so should we. First is quality assurance, and quality assurance is incredibly important for medical device business. We have just implemented electronic complaint management system, and we are started to implement the electronic comprehensive system of device tracking. We have made enhancement in this area, and we have some further steps to follow up. In terms of clinical evidence and support, although TruScreen device has undergone extensive clinical trials in many countries across the globe and building clinical evidence and generating publication, it's still very important to engage with local key opinion leaders and drive market adoption. We also need to support our clinicians, and we need to support our doctors that are using this device. That's why we started the development of electronic education system, which will help us to roll out this device quickly. Our relentless focus on product quality and innovation. Surely we have a very good device, but we need to start thinking on what is next in line with the feedback from our markets. And we are hopeful that we will start developing the Generation 3 device by the end of this year. In terms of our team strengths, right now we are hiring the key team member. This is Chief Technological Officer. And then we will consider what we need further on to ensure that we have all skills and capabilities to grow our business rapidly. First of all, we have a very good business model, so-called razor blade business model. And as our installed base grows, our revenue from single-use sensor will also grow, and that's very sustainable growth. So once the device is installed, the SaaS sales are coming, and that is very sustainable. As an example, have a look at the shares performance of different companies right now after the recent crisis, and have a close look at the medical devices companies. Their shares perform pretty nicely because their shareholders know that the value will come through. On top of this, our business model is pretty lean because we are relying on the resources of our distributors in every country, which means we don't need to invest in sales force in every country, and that adds nicely to our P&L.